Hey, are you listening to me? We are talking about our daughter's career path for her senior year at high school. But my wife is just looking at her phone. I'm talking about something important to you.
Shut up. If she wants to go to a college, then she has to pay for it herself. I don't have money to give to a stupid daughter who can't take care of her own grandmother.
Huh? What in the world? I looked at my wife's phone and saw something outrageous on the screen. My wife Dorothy and I have been married for 18 years. Our only daughter Anna is a sophomore in high school.
Thank you for the meal.
Please go do the dishes.
Okay. Hey, aren't your exams coming up soon? Yeah, that's why I'm studying now.
You should also start thinking about what path you want to take in the future.
I know.
It was that time of the year I get concerned about Anna's future career path, but I'm relieved that she's growing up well. Like this, the three of us, we're getting along and living a peaceful life together. But there is one thing that worries me a little, and that's my mother-in-law Martha. My mother passed away soon after I got married. At the funeral, Martha said and did something inappropriate. Mom, you're my daughter's husband now, so don't cry over something like this. What? The reason she died so early was because of her bad behaviors on a daily basis, right? She'd say very insensitive stuff at me who was crying at the time, and she also made fun of my mother.
What are you talking about? That's inappropriate. If you're going to talk like that, then get out.
What the hell? My wife Dorothy was furious with Martha, while I was too stunned to speak back. Since then, I haven't had any contact with Dorothy's side of the family and haven't seen my parents-in-law. Martha's attitude was horrible, but I feel like my anger faded over time. It's not like we have completely cut ties, and I wonder if it's okay for us to continue not interacting with them. They are grandparents to my daughter after all. That's what I think about sometimes. And then, I received the news that my father-in-law had passed away. Since he was my wife's father, we attended the funeral. Honey. Martha was in tears at the funeral. Martha, whom I hadn't seen in a long time, looked weaker and smaller. I guess she is grieving from the bottom of her heart over the loss of her loved one. A few days later, Dorothy was staying at my parents-in-law's house for the funeral and inheritance procedures. When she returned home after her short stay at her parents' house, she proposed to move in with Martha to me. My mother is the only one living in their house now, and she seems to be depressed. I see. I pictured Martha crying alone. With my father-in-law gone, she must be feeling very lonely.
I was thinking that we could move in with her. Please?
Yeah, okay. I agreed to live with Martha in the end. So, we moved into my parents-in-law's house. But once we started to live together, I look forward to living with you, Martha. You haven't done anything great as a husband until now, so you should work hard to make up for it. What? Now, go bring me some tea. Can't you see I'm being depressed here? You should be more considerate. She took out her frustrations on me. I decided to move in with Martha because I thought she was lonely. But what is with her attitude? And Dorothy and I both work, but she leaves all the house chores to me. Hey, is dinner ready yet? I just got home from work. You are such a bad husband. I'm really disappointed in you. Ugh. Why does she always complain about me so much? And now, my mother-in-law began to harass Anna. Hey, Please go fold the laundry.
But I'm studying right now.
What a charmless girl you are. You're just like your own father.
What?
You can't even obey to your elders? Girls are supposed to help around the house instead of studying.
Huh? You're really annoying.
Anna was at her adolescence, so she became rebellious towards Martha. Studying is useless. Doing the house chores are much more useful.
You're freaking annoying.
My goodness, you're such a useless child, aren't you? The relationship between Martha and Anna was getting worse. It came to the point where I was regretting why we were living with her, and wondered why I had agreed to live with her. Dorothy, on the other hand, was gradually being brainwashed by Martha. When Martha lies and cries, Dorothy defends her and doesn't listen to what Anna and I had to say. Ugh! Mike and Anna are always harassing me. Please do something about it, sweetie. Ugh!
You're disgusting. Harassing my own mother?
I've never harassed her. Ever. He always crumples up my laundry, and it's just terrible what he does to me. I've never done that before. Rather, she's the one who complains and harasses me all the time.
How dare you talk like that? You're not being a good husband at all. No, Gran was lying, and all you do is take her side. Stop butting in. It's all thanks to me that you can live your life right now. You do know that, right?
Believing in her mother's lies, Dorothy began to swear at me and her daughter. While this frequently happened, Anna became a senior in high school, and on the day of a parent-teacher conference at her daughter's school, I attended every parent-teacher conferences, and I always told Dorothy about it. And this time again, we were talking in the living room after dinner. But Anna's thinking about going to college too.
Yeah, I narrowed it down to a few places that have the department of my choice.
Her teacher said that if this is the college that she wants to go to... Hey, are you even listening to me? Dorothy wasn't saying anything and was just looking at her phone. She didn't seem like she was listening to me, and she didn't even look interested, which was the same as how she was last year. Hey, I'm talking about something important to you.
Shut up. If she wants to go to college, then she has to pay for it herself. I don't have money to give to a stupid daughter who can't even take care of her own grandmother.
Huh? I rolled my eyes at Dorothy, who said this in an annoyed tone. What on earth is she even saying?
Huh? What do you mean stupid? I don't have any money of my own. And you're being so responsible, Mom. You have some nerve to only depend on me when you need money. You have a thick skin just like your father. What kind of things did he teach you?
Excuse me? When my daughter argued back to my wife, she got really angry. Then Martha interrupted and joined my wife to argue back. If the father is not good enough, then the daughter will not be good enough either. A daughter who doesn't know her place and gets cocky doesn't deserve to have anything paid for her.
That's right. Why should I pay my money for a selfish, stupid daughter?
How dare she say that Anna was selfish? We have been saving for our daughter's college fee, and it's not like we didn't have any money. I couldn't take it anymore that Dorothy and Martha would say something like that just because they didn't like us. If you're going to be this annoying about money, then fine. Let's get a divorce. I was so frustrated that I declared for a divorce.
There is no way you can afford Anna's college fee on your own, you idiot.
Dorothy scoffs at me as she says that.
If you want a divorce, then fine. I don't want a useless husband who can't take care of his own wife's family. And I don't want a stupid daughter who was educated by such an idiot husband. The savings for the family that you and I had together will be used for my family, mainly my mother, so don't you dare count on it.
Fine. Well, I hope that we live in a world where your arrogance is tolerated. Dorothy yells at me as she looks down on me, and I laugh back at her without flinching. Don't you worry about the money. Just follow me, Anna. I turned to my daughter and gently told her. My daughter, puzzled by the sudden turn of events, remained silent.
You're going to go ask your dad for help, aren't you? He should be so annoyed by you to be depending on him at your own age. Well, I guess it can't be helped, since he's the one who raised you to be his idiot son.
You get angry when people speak horribly of your own family, but you speak horribly of other people's families. You're so contradicting. My daughter seemed to realize something when she heard that. Let's go now, Anna.
Yeah, I'll follow you, Dad.
So Anna and I left my parents-in-law's house. For the time being, we decided to stay at my parents' house. A few days later, I asked my lawyer to proceed with the divorce. I sent a letter of content certified notice to Dorothy. A few days later, my wife came over to my parents' house. What are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. I don't want a divorce. Please come home.
When I answered the door, she apologized instantly. My wife hangs on to me with a stupid look on her face. I had noticed that the money in our joint savings account was decreasing. When I requested for a background check to the credit card agency, I found out that Dorothy was spending money at a bar. She was secretly preparing for divorce, and she happened to fall in love with the bartender there.
I'm going to divorce my husband, so marry me.
What? What are you even saying?
I truly love you and I can make you happy.
Oh, I'm not really looking for that. After I declared for a divorce, she proposed to the bartender that she had been crazy about. When the proposal was rejected, Dorothy was banned from the bar, but she kept on pursuing him. She was also blocked by the bartender. Still not ready to give up, she waited for him outside the bar and approached him.
I'm serious. Please just listen to me.
Hey, I'm going to work now.
Please, I need to talk to you.
I'm in a hurry. When she tries to talk to him directly, he coldly rejects her. After being seen multiple times by Dorothy's colleagues, she was shunned within her company. When her boss found out about her nightlife activities, she was called in for questioning. I heard that you've been stalking someone at a bar. I'm not too impressed with that kind of behavior.
I'm serious about our relationship, and I'm thinking about marrying him. I really love him.
I understand your feelings, but I'm not sure if they have the same intention as you.
If I get to talk to him properly, then he will understand.
Well, to begin with, I thought that you had a husband and a daughter.
My husband and I are divorcing. Both my husband and my daughter are annoying and have the nerve to say things about going to college. The bartender is a much better man than my selfish husband and my daughter.
What? Now wait a minute. Dorothy explained to her boss about the details of the events leading up to the divorce, and was astonished at Dorothy's shallow arguments. What the hell were you thinking? As a wife, you ought to consider your own husband's position.
No, but my mother...
Did you even listen to your husband properly? You only listen to what your mother has to say, but you should be listening to your spouse too. Besides, you don't take your daughter's college talk seriously, but you're into another man. How dare you think that what you're doing is good enough as a mother? You better cool your head.
Yes, sir.
Dorothy was shaken up when her boss confronted her with a stern tone. Then Dorothy was demoted and given a pay cut by her boss. I sent her a letter of content certified notice demanding a divorce in custody of Anna, and I demanded a division of property and the money she had spent at the bar for alimony.
I'm really sorry. I was wrong. Let's start over.
Even if we don't get divorced, you'd still have to pay for the money you spent behind my back, though.
What?
I lightly point out about money, and Dorothy is surprised. I knew that she just didn't want to pay. She doesn't genuinely want us to come back, does she? I sigh in disgust. You leave all the house chores, looking after Anna, and taking care of your own mother to me. I can never get back together with a scum like you, who decides the future of Anna and I just because you were my wife, and tries to live a happy life when you're only playing around with another man.
Ugh!
I refused to get back together with her once and for all. Then, my daughter showed up from the inside of the house.
Anna, I'm really sorry. I'll be a good mother to you. So let's start over.
When Dorothy noticed Anna, she clung on to her, but Anna glared at her coldly.
Do you have any idea what I've been going through these past few months? If you think that you can be forgiven with just one such light apology, you're being stupid. And just because I'm only in high school, you look down on me too much. A mother who takes away her own daughter's future options, but spends money at bars and cheats on her husband, is just too creepy and gross for me.
Dorothy couldn't hide her shock at Anna's complete rejection towards her. She slumped her shoulders and left. Afterwards, I heard that my wife became depressed. I can't stand middle-aged women who can't tell the difference between reality and fun. She was rejected like this by the bartender. Eventually, Dorothy gave up trying to get back with me, and finally proceeded to pay the fees I demanded. The money she spent at the bar and the alimony was covered by the money from my ex-father-in-law's inheritance, but that wasn't enough, so the rest was paid in installments. The monthly alimony and child support payments are difficult for Dorothy, who had a pay cut at work. With the alimony and child support payments and the payment for the facility, my ex-wife's life has become quite tight. Another tough month. She has to do all the house chores by herself, and she is living a lonely life on her own now. My daughter and I are spending peaceful days at my parents' house. She is doing her best to pass the entrance exam for college, despite everything that had happened. Here you go, your dinner. Why don't you take a break?
Thanks. I was actually just getting a little hungry now. I'll eat now.
You're working hard, but don't push yourself too much.
I'm going to do my very best and become an independent woman who can live on her own without depending on anyone.
I see. I laughed at her jokingly. But if my daughter is working hard to follow the path that she has chosen, I'll do my best to support her. And I want her to be truly happy, more than anything